Work Sports. It's your boy at it again. Boxing was on last night. Couple of fighters. I'm gonna do two separate videos because heavyweights and lightweight fighters are not in the same contention. I don't want to mix things up because there's a lot of things we got to discuss. Last night it was Fury's night. Fury's trying to warm up, get himself prepared for a fight with Deontay Wilder. And you know what? He's not really laid off that much, in my opinion, even though he fought Mr. Schwartz, who some say was basically a pillow ball. But at this time, he went into a fight with Otto, a different type of opponent. If you're not a boxing fan, you probably haven't seen him or heard of him. More European hype than American hype, and not a bad fighter. And a lot of analysts who were watching this were saying that it's going to be a tough fight for Tyson. It's not going to be a walk in the park like he thinks it's going to be. And I think his training team also knew that. So when you step up opposition, if you seen him fight Schwartz, you were like, man, this guy just pummeled Schwartz. This was nothing. He should do the same thing to Otto Wallin. However, when the competition gets better, things change. It's kind of like an NBA player going to play in a rec league. He drops 50, 60 points, and he's all the way on the 12th man on the bench, and you're trying to figure out why. The reason why is the competition level is not there. Now, Otto Wallin is the guy who's in contention, who's trying to fight, who's trying to be a world champion. Get into the point. Tyson Fury had a lot of trouble last night. A lot of trouble. However, trouble, was it in his fighting style? No. I'm saying trouble because he got his eye cut. That's the biggest thing last night. For all those haters out there that were saying Tyson Fury looked different, his speed wasn't there, it looked a little bit slower. The competition raised. He's not going to be the same type of fighter. Okay? He's not going to be the same type of fighter against a better competition. However, I know you're going to say, well, Deontay Wilder is not a fundamentally sound boxer. He just got into boxing. He is a super enigma, a super sapien coming out of nowhere. He's right. Coming out of nowhere to just come in and box and be a top fighter with not that much experience, amateur experience like the rest of these boxers. Don't look at Deontay Wilder. Otto Wallin is a guy that you can tell was well schooled. Now, from a ranking perspective, I did try to find him in the top 10 in any of the lists, and not really there. However, with this performance against Mr. Fury, I think we're going to start to see Wallin move up the charts, maybe take a Gerald Washington spot. You see me looking here, right? In the IBF league, there's a lot of, I think you could give, David Price, actually he's right here. I'm sorry. Number 4th on the WBA. So this is not Schwartz, who's nowhere to be found. Otto Wallin is number 4 in the WBA. Let's see if he's ranked anywhere else. That's good enough for me. So again, not a walk in the park. He's right underneath Anthony Joshua. So very, very interesting in seeing him fight. How did it go? Jab, jab, jab. Great foot movement from Tyson Fury. Again, he's older, but remember, 6'9" to have that type of foot movement. I gotta respect it. I'm a tall guy. I understand the goofiness of us with that height. Again, I'm not that tall, but 6. I could only imagine. Think of Kevin Durant, playing the guard position. That's rare. Seeing a guy that big move around like that, I like it. Now they keep talking about feather hands with Tyson Fury. Yeah, he's not a power puncher, but he can knock you out. Still weighs over 220 pounds, so that power is going to translate to something on your jaw, no matter who you are. And our bodies are not meant to withstand that type of force. Probably, trapping 600-700 pounds of force when it goes full bore, and that's enough. I don't care who you are, you will get knocked out with that much power coming to your face. He used his power later in the rounds. They weren't clean punches. Used his jab well, moved around. But there were some spots where he got caught, and this is where the cut came through. So he was complaining about headbutts. Headbutts were the big thing that he saw from Otto Wallin. Go watch the fight. There's several full fights out right now before they get taken down by YouTube. He got into the inside mix. He had his Mexican. By the way, Tyson Fury made me laugh. He had these Mexican shorts on. It was just hilarious. And he got into the mistake of kind of rubbing heads with Wallin, and Wallin was a little bit of a dirty fighter. Started the cut there. I think the cut started there. You couldn't see it, but it's basically, nudging it in, preparing it for it to be opened up by his headbutt movement. So I think the headbutts early on, and then I think it was a left hook took out Tyson's eye. And the problem for Tyson is he has a fight in February. It was a nasty cut. I don't know if it's going to fully heal the way he thinks it's going to heal. What is it? October? I'm calling October already. October, November, December, January, February. Whew, 4 months. It's a bad cut, folks. I mean, it's a bad cut. It's going to be trouble for him. I'm worried about a Wilder fight. I think they should postpone it. And I want to see him fully healthy. I don't want to see any issues. I'm worried about what we'll see from Tyson. And we got to see who Wilder fights. If Wilder fights somebody else, that fight may move out. We'll see how bad it is when Wilder fights his next opponent, because he's not fighting any slouch either. Obviously, Luis Ortiz was on the banks. That said, I think right now what we're looking at is a wide open heavyweight division. I was interested to see something a little bit different. A couple fighters that no one's talking about in the WBO. People don't respect it. But kickboxer Tyron Spong has joined the boxing realms. Is already ranked number 4. He cracked his leg in kickboxing, but has decided to join the boxing realm. I guess he can't stop. Can't stop fighting. He's in there. I'm interested to see what Tyron Spong does. Alexander Usyk obviously has now jumped in. Everyone is claiming him the next champion. Think about Chris Bird, back in the day, a lighter fighter, but can hold his weight, can take a punch, and has a great skill set. Comes from the Lomachenko camp. I think that's somebody we got to look for as well in the boxing realm. Other than that, Tyson Fury, really bad cut. That's what I felt was the worst part of the fight. However, when you look at his skill set, it's still the same type of fighter, a jabber, a mover, a skilled boxer. I hear about all this speed thing. What if Otto Wallin is faster than Schwartz? And that was definitely the case. So we cannot make any comments on Tyson. He fought the way he needed to. However, he got in trouble late. He made a couple bad mistakes in the 12th round. Almost got caught. Almost caught himself in a Wilder position. And then also in the beginning of the rounds, he got hit in his eye. Allowed Wallin to control the fight a little bit. Got a little lazy. And that's where he has the cut. 2 big mistakes. He definitely won the fight either way. Even with a knockdown, he still won the fight. Dominated about 10 rounds in my opinion. We shall see who's next. I'm worried about that cut for Tyson. And also, we have a new contender moving up the ranks. Is Otto Wallin. He's not just a stepping stone. He's a serious fighter. The heavyweight division has got cloudy again. All 4 sports. I'm signing off. Peace.